The the black widow comes out at nighttime. On the right is a constellation of Orion. In Orion, the stars are only seen at nighttime. Just like with the female black widow spider, when it's hunting, waiting for its prey, is at nighttime, and the harvest is another time that you see the spider is at harvest. Yahweh showed me her name, her symbol in the neo-Nazi party. Another Jesus is in sync with the world system led by Inanna. She is the OG Nazi. She is the OG racist to lead the nations against Israel. Like Trinity and the number 8, she has many daughters, many children. Read more in Isaiah 47, Revelation 17:18. My name is Highlighter. I'm a servant of Yahweh, and I'm continuing on the showing of the spider. And here is on the neo-Nazi party. All the nations are Nazi, says Yahweh. Nazi from Nazione, the Italian word for nations. And Nazi means full. I just also noticed that the word Nazi was used to refer to Ignatius, the founder of the Jesuit Society. It was a short abbreviation. You can look at the etymology and see the history on the word. Orion also means full, which is a perfect match to the hourglass of the female black widow spider, and also shares the colors of the neo-Nazi party. And it has 8 legs, which matches the swastika of the neo-Nazis. The swastika is the number 8. There are many signs and to see, and in the past I've seen crosses and swastikas, and I had wondered about it because they all pointed to the goddess religion, and I was very curious about the mixture of the goddess religion into the neo-Nazi party, neo-Nazi Germany, because I came out of Tibetan Buddhism, and Yahweh, our Creator, has showed to me the spirit of the world was also in the neo-Nazi party, and that's why they share the same symbolism and behavior and signs. A fool stands out in a crowd like these. It is shiny, and this one is much larger than the male. It stands out in the crowd and shiny. A fool that stands out. Lucifer is a fool who wants to be noticed. If you haven't seen the Brick of Earth video, you'll need to see the Brick of Earth video, that you can see and understand the signs that follow. This flag here of the neo-Nazi party shows the Christian faith is mixed in with the neo-Nazi party. Right here is the cross and the swastika. Christianity became mixed with the neo-Nazi, where goddess religion symbols are seen, and even the name of Inanna. Only Yahweh answered my questions. I was curious, as I said earlier, and for His purpose, He showed to me that it is true that what I've seen in my past practice of Tibetan Buddhism, of the feminine energy, the octograms, and other the Triratna and the Trikaya, the 3 bodies of Buddha, which is a Trinity. All these things are in the neo-Nazi party, as they are in all the nations. And that's what makes a Nazi is the nations. Nazioni. Here's my testimony video, which shows some symbolism that would be helpful for you to see that the spirit of the anti-Messiah and the kings of the earth, they have one mind. Revelation 17:13 and 17. Wikipedia writes this: positive Christianity was a religious movement within the neo-Nazi Germany which promoted the belief that the racial purity of the German people should be maintained by mixing racialistic Nazi ideology with either fundamental or significant elements of Nicene Christianity. At the Nicene Council in 325 AD, there was a separation in belief, which the Arians believed that that Yahweh was sovereign, and He had His Son, but His Son is not Yahweh. Therefore, they did not believe in the Trinity. But the Nicene Christianity don't know where they got the Trinity ideal from, except from the nations, because that's what the nations believe. But for some reason, they came up and said that there's a Trinity, and now all the world follows this version of Christianity and not the Arian view. And of course, like there was Michael Cervantes, I believe his name, was burned to the cross for denying the Trinity. Like many people were killed over it. But for some reason, the nations have accepted it without it being forced on them. And you'll see it. And this is why you hear people complaining that Christianity, there's Nazis in the Republican Party or wherever in the world. Same thing for Israel. They say that the Israelis are Nazis. The thing is, if you are not of the house of Israel, you belong to the nations. And this is the Nazis, the nations, Nazioni. You can read more. Here's a video I recommend that spoke a little bit about the history. My area of my strong area is not in history or in doctrine, but of receiving from our Creator revelation. And here is what I'm showing to you, what He has shown to me. These are the things I see. The Neo-Pagan feast, Wheel of the Year, are 8. You're looking at them right there. Because these are octagram religions. The world keeps feast to the nations who are led by Inanna. Take note that Inanna is the wide gate, the fat gate, and all the world and His church are entering through her. Halloween, Christmas, Easter, they are included in the Wheel of the Year. Israel has 7 feasts for a purpose, because Yahweh's sovereignty is seen if you pay attention and He opens your eyes to see. The nations have 8 feasts. The house of Israel has 7. Filmmakers have made a movie called 8-Bit Christmas to confirm their public declaration that they follow Inanna and not Yahweh. They are powerless against the blood of the Lamb. It is by Him that our Master Yeshua, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who has died for me, and the result of His work is what you're looking at here. And this ministry He has blessed me with to share and give me many ways to talk to people and show them the greatness of our Maker, who is being kind and patient and giving us time to see what to come out of. So far, I've made a visit on Israel, the churches and religion, on the Pope's crown. They're each about an hour long. And now this file here is on the Neo-Nazi Party. As time progresses, I'll continue. There's much more to cover in videos, testimonies, to share the miracles that I've experienced and the favor and the deliverances from our Creator, that I know that I can trust Yahweh, that He sent His Son. Since 1997 until now, the work has continued, has not decreased, but has increased, that His promises are true. And I'm excited to share this with you. Only He will open our eyes to see. Here's the first sign that shows to me that Inanna was in the neo-Nazi party. You're looking right there at the Jesuit symbol match. But I cannot, as I say before, I cannot say that it came from the Jesuits symbol, but they share the same likeness. The spirit of the anti-Messiah is in all religions, in every race, every nation, and the neo-Nazi party included. What makes this interesting to see that it matches the Jesuit IHS emblem is that the Jesuit IHS emblem has a cross with 3 nails, and here is the oak leaf with 3 leaves, which shows 8 and 3, just as the Jesuit IHS emblem. Same thing as the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Same thing for the Twitter blue check. Same thing for so many things and places in this world. You will see, as Yahweh provides, that every single thing in this world is infected by this spider. Inanna is a covering for Lucifer. And this data shows to me that I can trust the Bible when the Bible tells me that Lucifer is the god of this world, and here are the signs that show to me that this is true. This iron cross of 1813 is a match to the spider and the brick of Ur. You'll see there 8 and 3. The cross is 8. The 3 oak leaves is the number 3. It also matches the crop circles. I see 2 hourglass shapes and together form an iron cross. It's hard to understand our Creator, but He speaks to us with the things that He has made, things that's in our world that we understand. But when we try to see His world, we cannot understand just glimpses that He gives to us. And this is one of them, is a double hourglass. The double hourglass goes along with the sign of the 2 daughters in Proverbs 15 verses 30, where it says a horse leech has 2 daughters. In previous videos I've covered this topic. It's a sign for me to know and see the spirit of the anti-Messiah, how it appears in politics and religion. In my past practice, this symbol here is a double dorje. It's a symbol of the indestructible mind. It's actually a weapon. But that weapon, this weapon had no power at all against the blood of the Lamb. I was very diligent in my practice of Tibetan Buddhism for 15 years. And when I made contact with our Creator, He came to me and showed to me that there's a power outside of me that is greater than anything. And that He had power over this Vajra or Dorje. It's called a Vajra or a Dorje. It's indestructible. It's an instrument. It's a weapon. And this weapon completely failed. Because the blood of the Lamb that I trusted in has kept me and has increased in His strength and revealing power and deliver me. And so I know that this right here weapon was from the enemy and not from the kingdom of light. And here it is, a match with the iron cross, and you'll see it behind paintings of Jesus. But that's not my Jesus. That's the Jesus of the world system, who has one mind with all the globalist leaders. If you Google online and you look and search for the royal family, and you search for the uniforms of the royal family, you'll see King Charles and other leaders that have the iron cross. Vampires wear it around their neck, Satanists, Luciferians, all those who are joined to the world, these are the nations, they are Nazis. Because they have rejected the Messiah, Yeshua. And even there are some who believe in Jesus. They pray to Jesus. They say they love Jesus. They don't do no evil. But they're following another Jesus and receiving another spirit. And they're blind. And so this data should help you to see this. Here is Taylor Swift. Her earrings matches the spirit of the anti-Messiah that I'm showing to you right now. This here is a symbol of the iron cross. Two hourglasses together. 1 and 2. And here on the right is from the Barbie 2023 movie trailer. The same thing right here. The 8 is above the chevron. 8 and 3. The chevron is a 3. The earrings show the octagram, the 8-pointed star with the rays in it. You see right there, the 8-pointed star. And at the bottom is the V shape or chevron. Is 8 and V, 8 and 3. Here is Kali Yantra, or the Kali. Kali was in my past with Tibetan Buddhism, and also in Hinduism. They share the same deity. She's a black mother, and she's a match to the female black widow spider. And most particularly, Yahweh shows to me they hide, or they use the eyes and the tongue as a way to represent Inanna. It's a secret that He has revealed, and you'll see it as I progress. Here is the eyes and the tongue. She even has fangs too, because the female black widow spider also has fangs. Yahweh made the spider and made this world system and its goddess match. Even the colors and symbols, as you'll see. I didn't put the image here, but if you look at the Kali Yantra, it's a match to the spider as well. The neo-Nazis use these colors, the vampires use these colors, the bad guys in films use these colors, the left-handed path use these colors, like Satanists, as an example. That includes Satanists. A goddess uses them, Kali, in the world, and the word spider in Hebrew means death or destroy. And Kali is a destroyer, the black one. They'll be seen to match when looking closer. That's another subject, but I wanted to show you the comparison. The eyes and the tongue show the image and symbol of Inanna, 8 and 3, 8V, 0, 0 is 2 circles with a V shape. Right here, the eyes and the tongue is 8 and V. The way the Spirit has our Father Yahweh has shown to me is that it will use our environment, our words, our letters, our faith, our names, because Yahweh is the only one power there is, and He is the one who does all these things. Here's another match. This man here, he's wearing the same colors, but it's not about his colors. It's just interesting that their leader is wearing the colors matching the female black wolf spider. But what I want you to see is what's on the shoulder right here. I've seen hundreds and hundreds and countless images of the Tartarian structures and churches and buildings of the old world from I don't know when, 14th century to the 1800s, and they have, it's very common, this pattern, because the nations, they agree with each other and they borrow from each other and share with each other. They have one mind. It's the same symbol right here in Kali. She uses that. That's the purpose for sticking out the tongue, is that it makes the shape of a chevron, a V shape. And the two eyes, the ancient cultures use eye idols. If you search Google and you do a search for eye idol, and you'll see there's two circles, and below it is a chevron, which matches the face of Kali. There are countless examples to see. It deserves a separate file to show this eye idol pattern. But here, this right here is synonymous with the female black wolf spider that you see to the left with 8 and V, 8 and 3. Here is a pastor. I enjoy listening to his teachings, and I believe his teachings are very truthful. But I did notice a painting in the background. It has the eye idol right here. The two circles with a chevron. This is the same kind of designs and patterns that you see in Tartaria and the old world in the churches, with the sun rays here. Most likely this has, I would guess, 12, which would show 888, and then 8V here together. This is common to see 8 and V and 888 together. The spirit of the world system is known by this color and identified with the goddess by the spider, and even calling a goddess. Here they are in agreement, clear as day. These are modern day Nazis, and this is the colors that you choose to represent, because you'll see all around the world militant groups, anarchist groups, whatever names, militants, whatever, they all share the same colors. The swastika is the number 8. I first seen it in Bonpo and Tibetan Buddhism, and later I've seen it in Jainism, and then in Japan, in many countries. It's about 3 blocks away, and I'll find this symbol's on a federal building. It's a federal building, and it has swastikas, a cross, and a thunderbird, and octagram. That way I know for sure that Inanna is in the seat of the governments. But it's not that one building either. It's all around the world in government buildings. And I'll share a testimony that hopefully soon of my experience with buildings that are owned and operated by the government. I have testimonies that show the presence of that spirit, which our Father, by the blood of Yeshua, had overcame that spirit that tried to intimidate me, to try to overpower me. But in the process, Yahweh exposed it and revealed it to me that this spider has crept into the government. That's where it rules from. It can't rule from sitting on the floor in the dirt. It has to come up into power. Even your encyclopedias will show that and illustrate that Inanna is in politics and shows favor to the kings and support the kings. It's in history, it's in the Bible. Here I can see the 00 and a 3. You might think that's a far stretch, but I don't. It's my experience with our Creator and how He's shown me this Spirit, and I know it. And this is what I believe: is that right here, the triangles is communicating the same thing. The number 8 and 3 marks right here. 1, 2, 3. 8 and 3. Here is another witness to see the name and symbol of Inanna in the Nazi Party. This ring. The ring shows the lightning bolt or the Z letter, which is in number 8. Z is 8 and the triangle is 3. This image you can find on Wikipedia, and if you want a more stable reference, I would check the Meta Museum or the British Museum or any museum with these keywords. You'll find it. Here's an image of these tennis shoes have the letter Z on it as well. And interesting, the colors of the female black widow. This is the worship leader at the Asbury Revival, who I believe wore those shoes because he was operating in the flesh and he wanted to attract or to teach or to shepherd the Z generation. And here is the Z generation, and every one of them almost have the colors of the female black widow spider, and their leader has the tennis shoes with the letter Z, which is the number 8. It's 8 and the colors of the female black widow spider, and he is the leader. Inanna has overpowered him, and Inanna has overpowered the whole Ashbury Revival. Or you need to see, if you have the time and patience and you want to see how the Spirit operates, look at the video on Ashbury Revival and the Sacred Heart of Jesus video, and you'll see more. As Yahweh wills, I have plenty of data. This is the spirit that the world faces, and it doesn't matter your religion or your race. It's no longer about you against the government or you against this one particular denomination. No, it's the anti-Messiah versus the people. That's what it is. And the people who have the blood on their doorpost are the only people on the planet that's going to survive it. Because we have a lot of conspiracies, and right now the stores are closing up. San Jose, and I've seen it in San Jose, the stores are closing, but not just one city. People moving around, and some people are speculating. They're getting ready for the digital currency or whatever. If I have a conspiracy at all, I don't give conspiracies, but if I have a conspiracy at all, I would speculate that they're getting ready to close all the stores because they're going to go underground and try to reset the world, and which will be by war or bombs or destruction. Because right now there's too much evidence right now that Lucifer is the god of the world, and that data could be used to open the eyes of the people. Our Father is opening the eyes of the world through many different ways. The world is seeing right now what we're facing, and the world wants to keep us in darkness. So I would not trust that they're closing all these stores because they're going to do something good. Right now is time for us to see what our Creator is doing and what He wants from us, what He requires from us. The swastika rune shows the name of Inanna. The Sig rune shows the name of Inanna. Both of these. That's 8 and 3, 8 and V. Here is the 45th Infantry Division of the United States Army before 1930s. My father served in World War II, and he was in the 45th Infantry in artillery in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And this is the old symbol. Now they changed it to a Thunderbird. What you're looking at, the swastika, is the same as the number 8. And the V letter is the same shape here, 8 and V. The swastika rune. I recently seen here the Empire State Building plane crash. Sometimes these symbols are apohymnia, which is in the likeness of something, a pattern that you see, a natural occurring pattern. But I wanted to include this because it seemed to be a V shape with the cross, a double cross. But regardless, if it's of this world system, it's going to show the marks of the enemy. Here is a revelation that Yahweh gave to me. I'm really excited about what He showed to me, because He has revealed to me that He has the power to unveil anything He wants for His glory, for His praise. The skull and the crossbones I want to present to you is the name and symbol of Inanna. Those who use it are not being led by Yahweh our Creator, but being led by Inanna. 8 and 3. The eyes is synonymous with the 8, but it's actually, I would not, in our world it's a number, but for them it's not a number. There's two circles in the V shape. Here is the pattern, is 8 and V. We're limited in our understanding, and we're limited in the way we communicate, but there's another force out there that's communicating with each other, and that have made a contract or a covenant with the kings of the earth, and they are the ones who understand, and they are the ones who are communicating with each other with certain signs and symbols. But I came into the faith in 1997, and I had not understood anything about these things, about the nations, about the gods and their symbols. But Yahweh has been kind to reveal them to me, that I would fear Him and trust Him. And that's what He wants from all of us, to be unmovable. This is what He has done, and He should be praised when we see that He is the one who has done this. Here is an example. The letter X is also the V shape right there. The V with 8 ends. 2, 4, 6, 8. Just like a cross. The Christian cross we have, before Jesus died on the cross, the pagans had used it in their honor of their religions. Tammuz is one example. If you see the writings of Alexander Hyssop, he has done the work of the 2 Babylons, and from there he done some illustrations showing the Tammuz with the crosses on the head. But you also see the Tau symbol in Egypt. And if you search online on the origins of the cross, you'll see how the nations had used the cross before Jesus died on it. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yeshua, our Messiah, put His blood on that cross to show to us that He has power over that cross, and He has power over that religion of the world. Take note, though, that Yahweh told me, He says, I override all communications. And people think the cross is evil. No, Yahweh made everything. Everything he made is good. And if you look in the scriptures, you'll see that the throne of Yahweh, it moves in I think Ezekiel 1 in chapters 1 and 10. The throne of Yahweh moves in the shape of a cross, forward and backward and side to side, but not in the 8 cardinal directions. The Tartarian Old World era, Yahweh unveils the name and symbol of Inanna. Here is an example of the secret societies. Many people, including myself, believe that these are the ones responsible for building the world system, for the governments, the banking, the Tartarian culture. I'm not up to date on Freemasons and the Illuminati and all that stuff, but the signs that Yahweh showed to me has led me to see them a little bit more, and to know that they all have the same mind, same behavior, and same patterns. Inanna is at the center of the world's narrative, governments and religions and system. Right there. She is the one who they fear and love, whether they know who she is or not. My guess is they're deceived the way that I was deceived in my Tibetan Buddhism, where in Tibetan Buddhism we would work with energy, and this energy is the dualities of the male and female energies, and other religions in the world are experiencing a feminine energy. Some of them personify it and give it labels and names, like Sophia, Diana of Ephesus. Avalokiteshvara is the Bodhisattva of compassion. Chinrizig, they say in Tibetan. And in Japan, there is the Amaterasu, is the goddess who created the islands of Japan. There's, Venus. There's Lilith, the symbol of the feminine symbol. So it's not a feminine movement that people think. It's how Lucifer is covered and is covered in this energy, in this force as a goddess, where people think that it's a goddess, but it's Lucifer. Because Lucifer is a covering, who covers with light and goodness. Here is an Orthodox, Bulgarian Orthodox group, and they have the same symbolism. The skull and the crossbones you'll see on the right here. And the crucifix. I've covered the crucifix in the video on Ashbury Revival, where Yahweh reveals to me that this is the mother of all idols, right there. It's the image and name of Inanna on the crucifix, which is also matched to the skull and crossbones. It's a match to the female black widow spider and to the brick of Ur. Yahweh has made it all. Hear ye which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of the of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Jeremiah 10:1 and 2. I put Yirmiyahu there just for learning. Sometimes I get that mixed up with Isaiah, with Yeshayahu, in case you noticed or had questions. This is what Yahweh says: do not act like the other nations who try to read their future in the stars. Do not be afraid of their predictions, even though other nations are terrified by them. This is from the New Living Translation. You know, when you see Yahweh perform, and you see His strength, and however He is kind enough to reveal it to you, you will not be fearing the nations, but our fear is in Him, because He has such power that His power will keep us safe, and is worthy of respect and fear. There's nothing weak about our Creator. He is very compassionate and very kind, but He is the one who sets boundaries, and the world is crossing boundaries, and they should hear His servants. They're on YouTube, they're on the internet, they're teaching in churches all day long. Then the angel showed me a river with water of life, clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb. It flowed down the center of the main street. On each side of the river grew a tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, with a fresh crop each month. The leaves were used for medicine to heal the nations. There is our hope, that He has promised to heal the nations. Now I want you to remember to see the rest of the files in this playlist, that your eyes may open to see that our Father, the Creator, is revealing that there are unseen forces that are creeping into the church. The church is in trouble, like all the world, Israel as well. Nobody is immune. But if you don't see the mixture, then you won't be able to become separated from it. I hope this will bless you. Shalom to you.